In Our Expert Opinion podcast is brought to you by Saunders Real Estate, the Southeast's leading land and commercial real estate firm, helping clients make bold and informed investment decisions since 1996.
Greetings and welcome to another edition of In Our Expert Opinion podcast. My name's David Hill. I'm joined today by Chance Creighton, who is one of our land advisors in Little Rock. The last 2 days have felt like probably the hottest days of the year. But as I was prepping for this podcast and looking at the calendar and the dates, man, we are quickly closing in on hunting season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dove season starts 3 weeks from now, a little less.
Yeah, I mean, we're less than a month from an early season velvet season that Arkansas implemented last year. So, yeah,
You buried the lead. I was getting there.
It's real fast.
Did you hunt that velvet season last year?
Yeah, I felt like I was being hunted though. Mosquitoes are horrible. It was hot, ticks still. So it was no good for me. But man, a lot of people had a really unique opportunity and got to harvest bucks and velvet that you would have historically had to travel to Tennessee or Kentucky to be able to do.
Yeah, so Arkansas Game and Fish started that last year, I believe was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Do you know why they finally implemented that this go around of any time to start?
Social pressure. They wanted the people wanted it. Got to give the people what they want.
Got to give the people what they want. That's crucial in so many aspects of life, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, man, I wanted us to hop on to talk about deer season primarily. Maybe we can do another podcast sometime down the road for duck season. But
yeah,
you and I are both deer fanatics, and I know a lot of people listening to this podcast probably are as well. So we're going to be talking about Arkansas deer hunting. I'm sure that some of the principles probably will apply to other states depending on where you're hunting. Unless it's funny little anecdote here. I was actually at the beach last week in the Florida Panhandle, and we were staying at Topsail Resort, which is right next to a state park called Topsail State Park in Florida. And my wife and I went on walks on the beach a couple mornings when my parents had our daughter. And every single morning that we went out there, I did not see deer, but I saw fresh deer tracks on the white sands
on the beach
of Destin, Florida. Yeah.
Whoa. You heard it here first.
So I'm sure that those deer patterns are probably a lot different than the ones that we're going to be talking about, but it kind of blew my mind. I thought I should share.
Yeah, somebody's listening to this right now and they're saying, "Man, he's spot burning me. I had this spot all to myself, and David just burned me."
That would be kind of cool to kill a beach deer, though.
Yeah.
Didn't have that on my bingo card this morning. Yeah, bucket list item right there. So, all right, going back to the date. So September 6th is the early buck season. That's an archery season.
6th, 7th.
I think it's
and 8th.
only 2 or 3 days long, right?
That's right. 6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yep.
Hot. But you got some advantage. They're going to still be real patternable. They may still be together. So if you're getting a couple of bucks on camera, they may all come in at once still. Going to start getting off and feeling weird and looking for girlfriends.
Yep.
As they'll start thinking about, and in October when we're usually out there. So it's a different game for sure. But if you're hunting over bait, I mean, if you're putting corn out right now, especially if your neighbors aren't, if you got some ground where the majority of folks in your camp or your joining camps are like big gun hunters, and you get out there with a bow or crossbow, you have a huge advantage right now of getting out there, feeding early. Farmers are still in the field. You can get out there, feed early, and probably get you one in if you can bear it.
Yeah, the heat is probably the thing that you're battling the most.
Yeah.
But leading up to your standard archery season, end of September, Chance, I'm wondering what you've been doing, if anything, up to now to prepare for that? You mentioned trail cams. Let's talk about that.
And I know in the past I have started earlier in the summer, even as early as June, trying to take inventory. Things start to shift once your family grows, and so my
This
game
is
plan
true.
now
I can attest to
is
that.
starting in August, trying to take inventory of what's out there. And so I want to get some food they're interested in, um, minerals that they're interested in. Different places are different. A lot of places across Arkansas, salt licks, salt mineral sites are really hot during the summer. Our camp is usually the brown block minerals.
You got your eyes on a target buck already?
Man, there's this 10 point that I got pretty familiar with at the end of last year that I judged him as a 4.5-year-old buck last year. And so I was anxious to see him this year. He has showed up. He's added quite a bit of bone. And so right now he would be my number one. But on September 6th or 7th, if he showed up, I don't know that I would be able to end my season that early. I think I would have to watch him and see if there was something else bigger out there that I just hadn't seen yet.
I have a hard time believing that you wouldn't shoot that buck.
It's hard. It's hard to lay off of him, and he's great. He's got really awesome. He's wide. He's got really awesome G2s. His threes are decent, and his fours are weak. And I think that would keep him out of being like a 150 class 10 point. But at some point it's not all about the score. You got to be happy with what you're getting. And if you're hunting based off of age class deer, it's going to be a really rewarding experience, and you're going to have a super healthy herd and always the opportunity to throw something really special out there.
Good on you, man. Are you planning on hunting that early season?
Yeah, I mean, it would be hard for me to not do it. I don't know that I would hunt my private property. I might hunt something here closer to home, maybe just some public ground just to see what's going on out there. If there are like white oaks dropping on public right now, I would be inclined to test that out. But who knows? Another buck may show up that really blows me away, and I'll sleep out there. So you never know.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to be hunting that. I think that runs congruently with opening weekend of dove season. So yeah. I will probably be partaking in that instead.
Yeah, we did that last year.
We did. You and I did. To no success other than it was just a nice morning and good company. You talked about ticks earlier. I got covered in seed ticks that day, so yeah. I know where I will not be sitting when I dove hunt this year. But we actually, so that dove field that I took you to last year, we kind of transformed that this summer and planted soybeans and corn out there. So, and directly adjacent to it is a bunch of hardwoods that we planted that are now there's some sawtooth oaks that we put in there that they grow real fast.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be throwing acorns this year for the first time. So I'm excited about the changes that we have at my camp. We'll see. That I had my eye on a deer last year that I have not seen. I saw it on camera one time last year, and it looked like a very mature buck. Probably, I mean, conservatively, probably at least 6.5, 7 years old. I think I might have shown you a picture of that.
Yeah. I
hadn't seen him since then, so I'm praying that he's still out there.
You never know. He may be in that CRP laying low.
I hope so. I really hope so. But man, I'm giddy. I can't wait for it. It's upon us. It's still really hot, but I mean, we're only a month and a half probably from leaves starting to change colors, and then it's on. So
there's just so much good stuff that goes on in the fall. I mean, you've got deer season hitting. You've got dove season, which is that's this might be controversial, but it seems to be a one weekend wonder where everybody has a huge party that first weekend, that Sunday, and then it's over. And you got Razor.
Not controversial. That's just reality.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure no one knows this, but I'm pretty sure there's a dove season in January.
Yeah, that would. That's news to me, actually.
Yeah.
And then you got Razorback football. So
I was hoping that we get to this.
yeah,
Man, I have convinced myself that we're a 10-win team. I think the only question mark is Notre Dame. If we can beat Notre Dame, I think we get to 10 wins.
Yeah.
Does that make me a delusional Hogs fan? Maybe.
Are you counting a bowl win as a 10?
No. Regular season. I think we lose to LSU. I think we lose to Texas. I think we beat Notre Dame, but I'm not sure. That we got kind of screwed on the schedule. They put the Notre Dame game at home at 11 o'clock, which is just – I have takes on that, but we won't go there right now. I just think that's wrong. It's a huge game. Notre Dame versus SEC team. We've never played them ever, and they put us at 11 o'clock. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
So,
are you a fan of the Arkansas State University of Arkansas game?
I mean, it's fine. It's whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to beat them, which it's kind of a lose-lose in my opinion. If we beat them, then it's like, cool, we beat A-State. Who cares? You're supposed to beat them. If we lose to them, then that's extremely problematic.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll lose to them. It is weird, too, though. We play Memphis at Memphis. Strange little scheduling quirk there as well. But I'm confident, man. I'm smoking the hopium, as they say. And I feel good about the season. Taylon Green, second year starter. Bobby Petrino.
Bobby Petrino's got a great track record with second year quarterbacks.
I mean, he runs a complicated offense, right? And I mean, second year for Taylon under Bobby Petrino's offense.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's with the transfer portal now. It's kind of one of those things where no one really knows, but I do think we've gotten better at every position, just about.
Yeah.
Which isn't saying much from last year, although we had a couple big wins still. Tennessee being most notable, probably. But I'm feeling good about it. I think we're a 9 or 10 win season. 9 or 10 win team. Call it 10 or 11 with the bowl game. Who knows, man? We get to 10 wins, we might be talking about playoffs. So I don't want to go there yet. Again, maybe this is just I got my hog goggles on, but I feel good about it.
I mean, with our strength of schedule, if we win 10 games, it would be hard to not be in a playoff situation.
True. I saw like a ranking of strength of schedules a couple weeks ago. I've actually seen a couple of them. One of them I saw had us as the hardest strength of schedule in Florida. The Gators are right there too. They have a really hard schedule too. So yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I mean, it's a gauntlet that we've got, but we don't play Bama this year for the first time since joining the SEC in '92, and that's a big deal.
Yeah. Too bad we don't get to beat Bama this year. I thought this was the year.
If Bama was on the schedule, that'd be another loss. So I'm glad that they're not. But all right, well, we digress, but we can bring it back. One thing I did want to talk to you about was bear hunting. I've never been before, but I'm planning on going this year. I've become really close friends with a landowner in Northwest Arkansas who I've met through the Arkansas Forestry Association. He's invited me out to his ranch a few times to deer hunt last year. And then I've helped him plant some trees and stuff. But he's invited me out to bear hunt this year, which I'm really excited about. So I hadn't even really gotten into bow hunting at all until I bought a bow this past probably bought it this past spring. I've been practicing for that bear hunt, which comes up. That also starts September 17th. So I think it's like a week and a half before bow season for deer. So fired up about that.
So tell me the strategy. A couple weeks before, are you starting bait stations or what?
So here's the strategy. You ready for this? I'm going, and this is what I was told. Again, this is going to be my first rodeo here, but I'm going to get one of those big blue barrels. Take a Sawzall and cut a little square in the side, just pretty much just big enough for a bear to stick their arm in there. And then cut some holes on the other end to chain it to a tree.
Yeah.
And plan on going to the catfish hole. So I still need to meet the owner of that. But if by some reason anyone listening to this knows the owner of the catfish hole, please make an introduction. I'd love to meet him. But my friend that's letting me hunt out there told me that if I go introduce myself and keep a barrel for them like the week before the season starts for them to throw all their scraps into. I guess it could be any restaurant. He just mentioned the catfish hole.
Well, you want that used fish grease.
Yeah, exactly. And just have a bunch of bait ready to go. And then probably a couple days before the season starts, start filling. Well, I'm going to chain the barrel to the tree first off and then fill it up and go out there every day, every other day or something, refill it just to get them out there.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes, man. That's a bucket list item for me. So
it would that is it's super cool. It's super cool that the Arkansas black bear story is super fascinating. I mean,
yes,
they were very small in numbers, and our Game and Fish Commission did a very incredible job of like bringing them back. And they're thriving. We're adding hunts all over the state all the time, and man, just a really cool story. They keep seeing them in town here in Little Rock. So yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think
in Little Rock, huh?
I think it's awesome.
I've actually read something about that, and I could be butchering the stats here, but back in like the late 1800s, they say that we had like 50,000 bears in the state, and then they pretty much got hunted to extinction in the state.
Yeah.
When they brought them, and back then at the time before we were known as the natural state, I think we were called like the bear state or black bear state or something like that. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, before we were the natural state, we were the land of opportunity. But I heard on another podcast that we were the bear state. Yeah.
Yeah, it's either the bear state or the black bear state, something like that, which is cool. But it's coming back. You're right, and it's those bear hunts are gaining popularity. It seems like too. So.
Oh yeah. And maybe talking about it's going to make it more popular, which will lower the opportunity. But
yeah, it will.
But yeah, I've been really interested in doing that. I think I've kind of had my eye open for lease opportunities, and so there's a good property use there where you can make some extra money if you've got like a timber investment property or pasture or something, and you just run cows or waiting to cut trees, making some lease money off of it in the wintertime might be a good use of that.
Yeah, it's a good thought. Really good thought. Well, kind of shifting a little bit to the ag side of this, you that's the world that you live in, professionally speaking. Let's talk a little bit about that. I know it's the USDA doesn't cover as much in as much detail regarding Arkansas agriculture, but surely you can provide us some anecdotal evidence in terms of just market updates, harvest updates as we quickly approach harvest time here in Arkansas.
Yeah. So historically speaking, we've gotten harvest started in August and September for a while now, but we keep pushing it earlier and earlier every year. And
why is that?
Yeah, there's several reasons for it. So our genetics are one. So we've got some quicker genetics. That's probably one of the it's probably the least reason though. I think the better reason is that, well, it's still a genetic thing, is that we're able to get them in early and they survive earlier through cold snaps, through wetter conditions. And when you do that, we'll talk soybeans. It would be the same for corn though too. You get them in early, you outrun some of your weed and pest pressure. And so once you can get soybeans big enough to where they're lapping over, they're canopying over, they're blocking out sun to the dirt, you're gonna reduce your weeds pressure. So there's some advantages from a management perspective to get a crop in earlier, and all that and kind of a secondary benefit of that is that you get to harvest it earlier. So we generally, up until just a few years ago, you saw it was corn went off first, and rice, and then soybeans. And then cotton later on.
Yeah.
Well, as I was driving through a little bit of southeast Arkansas this past weekend, I noticed that soybeans and corn they're getting harvested at the same time now. We've pushed those soybeans up, and so we've pushed harvest, a couple of weeks earlier than it used to be. And as I was driving around, there's been a lot harvested already. A lot of corn being cut, a lot of soybeans are already being cut. We also a little bit of change of practice that's been going on for 10 years or so, but you see a lot of people starting to spray their beans to get them ready faster. You would see that in other crops you would call that desiccating. And so our soybeans that we use now, the typical genetics are group 4s, and those a lot of times they hold on to their leaves and some of that green moisture a little bit longer. And so what we see, that's harder to get out. It holds the moisture in the pods a little bit longer, so you can't take it to the elevator as soon. But what we also see is that it doesn't feed through the combine as well. And so we spray it, we get in there quicker. It feeds really well, and we don't have any issue at the elevator when we take it as far as meeting moisture. So our practices have sped it up all together. And yeah, we're moving right through it.
We've had a really wet summer, relatively speaking, too, which I'll let you speak to that in terms of yields. I think it'll also hopefully help our hunting season. But
yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot. So anecdotally, I think it did probably help corn. I'm hearing some really good corn yield numbers. Soybeans, I haven't heard that they're spectacular. I haven't heard that they're horrible. So I don't know if there's much change there. One thing that I am interested in, and it's a little early to tell, but what those early rains in May, or those heavy rains in May, a lot of what it caused in rice is for you to have some grasses grow up before you could get a flood on, before we could get certain chemicals in. And so I'm wondering if that's going to impact rice yields or dockage once it gets to the elevator for foreign material. So it's just something to keep an eye out on.
Yeah, I'll be interested we're monitoring that. We'll keep monitoring it.
Yeah, mostly.
Man, I hope for the best, because I know, and this is a sensitive topic, obviously, but with commodity prices as tough as they are, and that would really hurt for the yield to be low as well this year, because farmers are struggling, man. It's tough right now.
It is. I wish I could say that there's light at the end of the tunnel, but I don't know if that's the case. But harvest time is a good time, and hearing some good corn yields definitely helps.
Yeah, hoping for the best. How does the all that rain affect cotton?
Cotton is a drought crop. It likes to be dry. It likes to be hot. Hence why it grows so well in Texas and Arizona. And so early on, it'll push it back a little bit, push it behind, make it a little bit slower. Same thing with rice. You may have some weed pressure, which in cotton you can spray a lot more because you're not driving through flood. Which means you just may have more. You just may have to keep an eye on your chemical applications. But as far as yield, I don't know that it'll be much of an issue.
Okay, good. Yeah, wasn't sure if there would be any impacts positively or negatively there.
Late season rains are hard on cotton quality, specifically. Once those bowls start opening and you start to see the cotton, you really don't need to get any moisture onto it.
Well, it's as wet as it was earlier in the summer. It's been just about as dry the past probably month or so. But there's some rain coming, and a cold snap coming tomorrow, I think. So
it can't get here fast enough.
Yeah, for real, man. It's so daggum hot. It's insane. Well, man, anything else you wanted to cover? I'm excited about the hunting season. I know others are too. So this conversation really got me going even more. I'm pumped, man. I don't know about
Yeah,
you,
I think it's just always a good reminder. And man, adjust my glasses as I say it, but it's a good reminder that to be mindful of safety while you're out.
oh yeah, get off my lawn too while you're at it.
Yeah,
Just kidding. Keep going. This is an important message. I just had to give you a hard time on that.
As you're bow season, you're hanging stands, you're high up in the tree, you're doing something with your hands. Just be real careful about what you're doing, how you're doing it. And obviously when we get into guns and stuff, that's a whole other conversation. But it's also hot. You're hanging stands. Just make sure you're staying hydrated. I know this is this is not a safety podcast, but there is that. But David, also, from the land side, I'm actually leaving after this to go look at a property that's mixed farm and hunting land. So I know that's what both of us get super excited about.
Yep.
But there are opportunities coming up where people are selling or leasing ground, and some of those dual land use type properties are super valuable. So this is what we got in it for. This is the exciting stuff, and everybody stay tuned to see some of these listings pop up and see if we can connect folks to prime hunting ground.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. We got some good stuff going here in the state. To that point, Chance, I mean, it's been a grind the past year or so, but the chips are starting to fall a little bit. Got a listing in Northwest Arkansas yesterday. Well, yeah, it went live yesterday. We got another one around Mulberry. It's a really nice hunt track. And then I know you got some stuff you're working on. Greg and I do it as well. Man, I'm excited. We got some good stuff coming, so stay tuned.
Yep, it's fun.
Last thing I wanted to mention before we go, I'd be remiss if I forgot to say this. So, if you're listening to this, we would love for you to attend our Arkansas Lay of the Land conference. That's going to be Friday, October 17th. It'll be at Mount Sequoia in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and would love for anyone to show up. If you're a landowner and you're interested in just hearing what the market looked like over the past year, I think you get a lot of value from it. But we'll have a registration link coming out for anyone to sign up to attend. We have a lot of great speakers lined up for that. A lot of great panels ranging from ag to timber to just an economic update in general to transitional development land and pretty much everything in between. So would love for you to show up. And if you're sticking around, that's also the same weekend as the Texas A&M game at home. And we're hosting a big Saunders tailgate that Saturday as well, immediately following the conference. So would love for anyone to show up. And I think you get a lot out of it. And I'd love for you to meet. I'd love to meet you. I know Chance and the rest of the team would as well. So that's all I got. Chance, anything you want to add to that?
Beat the Aggies.
Yeah, beat the Ags. That's it. Go Hogs. All right, Chance. Well, thanks for coming on. And thank you, everyone, for listening to another edition of In Our Expert Opinion podcast. If you don't hunt, you should try. And if you do hunt, then I wish all of you the best of luck this year. And if you kill a big buck, send me a picture. I'd love to see it.
Thank you for listening to In Our Expert Opinion Real Estate Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you never miss any of our upcoming episodes. For more on land and commercial real estate, please connect with us at saundersrealestate.com.